welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Real Zoo. And before we get started, if there's a game you would like me to play, drop it down in the comments below and I would love to give it a shot. So today we are finishing up, this will be part 3 of the elephant crossing habitat. I'm very excited. I know I say that a lot, but I think it did turn out very, very well. So the last video was on the longer side. I'm going to try and keep them between 10, 15, 20 minutes in length. But I just thought the last video, if I broke it up into the 3 separate sections, it wouldn't have been as exciting. So I just decided to throw them all into one video. In the future, I'm going to try and make them about 15 minutes. Roughly around there. So today's video isn't as exciting. It's mostly a whole bunch of terrain work, landscaping, a few little pieces here and there. But other than that, let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so we're finishing up the elephant's habitat with the Mopani range. So as you can see, I included 2 watering holes here. I noticed in the aerial view of the actual habitat that there were these 2 ponds. But then when I look in my reference photos, I don't know if it was the time of year or the season, but in the photos, these watering holes are dry and obviously not full of water. So I decided to copy the aerial view and include these watering holes. Other than that, I don't think there's much to talk about during this build, so I guess just enjoy the rest of this build. So for the forest area of this build, I can't remember if that's exactly what they call this part of the Mopani range. I think it is the forest or the woods, something along those lines. I did add 2 enhancement or enrichment items for the elephants because I really wanted to get something to bring the elephants up there so that guests do have the opportunity to view the elephants from this side of the habitat. So that's why I added the feeder and the waterfall there, just to hopefully bring the elephants over there so they don't just hang out in one part of the habitat opposed to the other. these elephant statues weren't actually a part of the actual zoo. At least I didn't see. I did see that they had an elephant, baby elephant statue hanging out somewhere, but I wasn't sure exactly where it was, so I thought this would have been a nice spot to put these statues. And I built this little barrier around it, so it's kind of like children, if they wanted to, could come and climb on these, even though, you know, you're not really supposed to. But, you know, if I'm being honest, we all climbed on the statues at the zoos, didn't we? So I thought I would add that there. Just a nice little touch while people are walking to the other side of the enclosure. Alright, so we're just putting a few last minute touches with the dead trees lying around here. But I am very pleased with how the entire elephant habitat turned out. And now the Mopani range, it doesn't look too similar to the reference photos, but you can see some similarities here and there. But I'm very pleased with how the aerial view turned out. It looks almost similar, almost identical, besides the big building in the middle. Other than that, I think it looks rather similar, and I'm very pleased with how this turned out. So in the next video, we will be working on the flamingos habitat, and I'm very excited about that. And I believe the African elephant habitat was the largest one in this zoo, so we knocked that out. So from here on out, it shouldn't take too long, and I'm very excited to keep moving forward. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on some more cool builds. Alright, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time. Bye!